In this video, I'll show you how to crochet in stripes. So by stripes, I mean that we're gonna have a full round of a color before we switch back to the other color, do another full round of that, and so on. So something kind of like a bumblebee. So here I have a piece where I have rounds of 6 single crochet stitches, and right now I'm on stitch number 5 of this round. So when you are changing colors, you actually need to change the color in the stitch before whatever the pattern says. So even though I need to change to, in my case, this orange yarn to make the next round, I actually need to pay attention to that at the last stitch of the previous round. So I'm going to put my hook under the last hole, so then I can do a single crochet stitch sort of like normal. I'm going to yarn over, pull it through that one V, then I'm going to pause, pick up the different color, drape it over my hook so that the yarn tail, the part that's been cut off, is on top of the hook. I'm going to leave about a 4-inch tail, and then I'm going to hold on to it to create some tension to make it easier to pull that new color through both loops on the hook. And then I'm going to adjust the size of all these different loops by pulling on all the different pieces of yarn until I get all the loops to be vaguely the size of the tip of my hook. And this is kind of peeking through, but that's fine. When I keep crocheting, it will disappear. So now I'm ready to crochet the first stitch of the next round in the new color. I'm going to hold on to the new color's working yarn. I'm going to position the yarn tail and the old working yarn behind my piece. And then I'm going to stick my hook in the first hole of the previous round. Now I'm going to crochet over both the new yarn tail and old working yarn by draping them over the hook. Similar to how you do a yarn over from the back to the front of the hook over the top of the hook. Now I'm going to actually do a yarn over with the working yarn of the new yarn and pull that under everything, including that V from before. Now I have 2 loops left on the hook. I'm going to yarn over again and pull through both loops on the hook. So I finished stitch number 1. I'm going to mark that with my stitch marker. And then I am going to leave the blue yarn alone, my original color yarn alone, because I want it to be right there when I come back to this point and switch back to the blue yarn. So that means in practice, I am going to put my hook under the next hole or into the next hole. And the only piece that I'm going to crochet over is the yarn tail of the new yarn because I want to secure it so it doesn't accidentally unravel, come undone. I'm going to yarn over, pull that yarn through that hole that it just came, or that the hook just went through. So I have 2 loops on my hook, yarn over again, and pull through both loops on the hook. And I'm going to do this all the way around until I get to stitch number 6 of this round. So basically until I get to the last stitch of the round before the color change. Okay, now let's say the pattern wants me to switch back to the first color now. I'm going to put my hook under the last hole, yarn over, pull through, and then I should be left with 2 loops on the hook. I'm going to drop the second color and I'm going to pick up the original color, which is conveniently right where we left it because we did not crochet over it. Now I'm going to yarn over with that original color and then pull it through both loops on the hook. Remember, you can always, if like me, you say, look at this loop, it's really tall and you want to adjust that, just pull on the working yarn so it's adjusted. Great, and now, well, this yarn tail we've crocheted enough over, I believe, so I'm just going to tuck it into my piece to get it out of the way. So now, let us crochet the next round in the original color, completely like normal. Just a normal single crochet stitch going under every V from the previous round. Notice how I purposely am not crocheting over the working yarn of the second color, this orange color. I'm just leaving I'm leaving it where it is, so that when I come back to that intersection point, I need to switch back into orange. It's right there. And that's how you carry a color when you're crocheting in stripes.